Hmm. No, actually, no. Yeah, now it seems to be working. All right. So if I could click OK. All right. Well, look, now I think you can hear me. All right. So, hey, welcome everybody. Let me remind you that trading is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Hey, my name is Wayne. I'm a currency trader like you, but I'm also on vacation. I'm a long ways away from home, and my kids are just getting up, and my wife is just getting up, and we're going to go have a fun day. But, dude, I need to know what's going on in the market. I got to stay in tune. So I hope you are getting the stream. I hope you can hear me, and we can go through this journey together. If you could, please type in the chat to let me know that somebody is out there, because I can't even really tell. So, cool. Why don't we just start with what we're looking at? And I wish I had glasses because I can barely see what actual asset that is. So that's S&P 500. Cool. So let's bust this out, and I want to just kind of take a look. Okay, if you recall, for a very long time we were flat, and then this asset started moving up, which is pretty good. Now, I think a lot of this has to do with the end of the quarter, rolling over from an old contract to a new contract that expired on quadruple witching. Remember that, like a week ago? So this is a good time to deploy some capital in the S&P 500. Great. Does that mean it'll last a long time? No, actually, it doesn't mean it'll last a long time. When we roll into July, I think that'll be very interesting to see if we have the stock market come down. But until then, what this looks like is risk on. So if that is happening, very often you'll get dollar pairs that are weak. Okay. So anyways, I mean, the dollar will be weak, so that would push up like maybe euro dollar or something like that. And this doesn't look like up, but it's certainly less down than it has been. But notice that we have not actually broken through, a major range. So to see what happens in the next 24 hours, I think will be very interesting. But once again, dollar weakness, I think, will not last very long. Great British Pound. Again, I'm quite negative on both euro and pound, and you can see that even, this is just incredibly neutral over the last period, so you can see, is it really bullish? No. Is it really bearish? No. So, not very excited about it right now. I think on the longer term this is down, but we'll have to see. Zip over to, where's the Aussie? Come on, Aussie. There it is. Okay. And once again, even over this time period with some relative dollar weakness compared to what we've experienced over the last couple of months, okay. So it shows you that the dollar's been weak, but also the Aussie dollar's been weak. For that, I would pay attention to China reopenings, factory orders, factory utilization, capacity. Take a look at Kiwi here, just quickly. Kiwi, okay, I'm just going to go even faster, quite neutral still. Don't think I'll jump into a bunch of trades this morning on that. And then take a look at here, USD kitty cat, so we want this to go down, which is great. And this looks better than many of the other ones. So take this across, the roll reversal coming up. Like to keep it below that. So you kind of get this in fact, it should roll over in the next hour or so to the downside. So you're just looking for an up, followed by a down. Yeah, that's a little more hopeful. I like that because I'm bullish on commodities. Okay. Now, so let's pick that. If Aussie yen isn't going up, nothing's going to go up on yen. Or I mean CAD. Sorry, CAD. Still true. Yeah, it's not really okay because you can see if I was a bear, I would do a Fibonacci study, and that would be about 50%. And if I was a bull, I'd do a Fibonacci study, and that would be about 50%. And then even this little one, so I'd be cautious there. What else could we look at here quickly? Mile I WTI. See if we get a price on that. Not on this one. Let's see here. We can quickly look at. I think this is it. Okay. Oil still coming down quite a bit. Look at that, huh? That's not it. I can't see it. Is that uh, hey kids, you too will lose your ability to read. I can't see that. That's XPI, XAG, XAU. I guess we can at least do some gold. Does that look about right? No, it's not coming through. I can't see these asset classes. I'm on MT Web, so I can't. I don't use this typically, so I don't have it set up. Quickly. No, so that CAD looked kind of interesting, didn't it? Relative to everything else, CAD, yen. I'd take a look at Swissy. Okay. Now, it hasn't done much in the last day or two because, like, look at, we had this giant move and then sideways. So Swissy's either given back or maybe yen has strengthened, but quite neutral. But I would love, okay, if I'm still risk on for the next while, I'd love to see a break to the upside, maybe a pullback up, down, and around. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay, take a look quickly. Euro Swissy. I just want to know where we are, and parity is obviously the number. We are so close. So right now it is making lower lows and lower highs. This is technically a pullback. You can see this section in here. Okay, so boy, if this rolls over today, that'll be a perfect little spot for this to fall. Okay, interesting. Now, if it heads back up, it could also be technically interesting that it's failing to hit parity. But I think we're going to hit parity. I think we'll fart around there maybe this summer, touch it 2 or 3 times, and then boom, I think we're going to go through parity, especially when the ECB starts to announce that they're developing a yield curve control to save the peripheral bond markets, which is something that they've never done before, not directly like that. They're going to use the Japanese model of yield curve control, which is also new, so I think that'll and that would probably bring down that euro. And I also think the Swiss franc are raising interest rates from super negative to basically zero. I think we're at -2.5. I think they're going to go to zero to sort of allow European and British investors to move their money to Switzerland, get it out of those zones, partially due to what's going on in the Russian crisis. So that's kind of like this Swiss-German way of helping everybody out. What would a banker do? He'd lower your interest, he'd lower your fees. So, what else? I think really, if I was going to trade today, I'd let the S&P 500 kind of let us know where it wants to go. Here, barely see it. Oh, okay, well, it's too bad that's where we started with S&P 500, but it looked like it still wanted to head up, which is good. Wheat, soybeans. There it is. Okay, that still looks fairly bullish, right? Go out to a 4 hour. Okay, I can see we're about halfway through this drop and it would want to roll around. How far are we? This is last day. How many more days are there till the actual? I know we got a couple of more days yet. So I think that this. I mean, it's interesting that this is a Monday, right? That's it. So like, if it wants to come down this week, it's going to come down this week. But if you're like, well, can the S&P 500 still go up another few days? Could this go up to 4,000 and beyond for a little bit before it drops? And I'm like, yeah, it actually could. I don't know if it will, of course. Again, being Monday, this might just set the tone for the rally to end, but it could rally to the end of the quarter, you know, kind of stuff. So right now it looks like we don't have a lot of volume and volatility, which is good. Not a lot has changed, which is good, especially if I'm on the road. So let the S&P 500 give you a gauge of market sentiment for risk on. Remember, it's just sort of the end of the first half. It's important for many reasons, but because it's important for many reasons, very often there's seasonality attached to that. So we're getting closer and closer to the beginning of the end of the year. Solstice for Forex traders. So that's it. Thank you for being here with me in beautiful sunny Florida. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. Thanks for being with me. We'll do another one of these, I believe, tomorrow morning. I may not be able to do this one tonight for the day traders. I'm sorry for that. Then I'm jumping on a plane, flying home, and everything will be right as rain again in, I don't know, 30 hours. Cool. So thanks for being here, everybody. Appreciate you. Cheers.